You're listening to Game Time. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is asking people to remember these three things as we stay strong and continue to flatten the curve and slow the spread of COVID-19. Wear a cloth mask over your nose and mouth. Spread 6 feet apart to avoid close contact. And remember, wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. These actions can protect our families and neighbors as the state works to ease restrictions while the virus is still circulating. Thank you for your cooperation.
We're backing the Cougars and playing great music for your game day.
Give me fire, give me that which I desire.
evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to South Brunswick High School for tonight's football game versus the Hoggard Vikings. From the East Carolina Football Association, here are tonight's officiating crew. Referee tonight is Johnny Fort. Umpires, Jason Dunker. Linesman, Xavier White. The line judge, Ben Rhodes, and the back judge, Glenn Harris. I'd like to welcome everybody again to Jack Campbell Stadium and the Mose Lewis Athletic Fieldhouse for tonight's contest. Don't forget to announce that this is a Monday night football here at South Brunswick. 10 minutes to kickoff.
Here at South Brunswick High School, we've got the best music anywhere. Go Cougars!
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of the national anthem by the South Brunswick High School Cougar Marching Band. Our flag is in the end zone near the Mose Lewis Athletic Fieldhouse. In a moment, we'll be having the coin toss at midfield.
Welcome to the campus of South Brunswick High School in Boiling Spring Lakes, North Carolina, the final week of the regular season. I didn't say final game, final week of the regular season, the South Brunswick Cougars set to play their second game in 4 days here in BSL tonight. And what a tall task in front of the Cougars as the undefeated first place Hoggard Vikings have marched into town. Two teams with winning records. Hoggard, again, undefeated, 6-0. South Brunswick trying to clinch a winning season. The Cougars and head coach Rocky Lewis enter tonight's game with a 3-2 record with 2 games left. As always, I'm Sam Hickman. He's Jake Holmes. Welcome back, partner.
Hey, Sam. How are you?
Always doing well when I get to share a booth with you.
A little Monday night football, huh? Here in Brunswick County. And what a picturesque night it is. It is just beautiful.
Jay, a Chamber of Commerce afternoon.
Thank you.
In Bowling Spring Lakes.
Absolutely, for sure. And hopefully it'll be a Chamber of Commerce-like competition on the field here this evening between, as you mentioned, the undefeated Hoggard Vikings and the 3-2 South Brunswick Cougars.
Jay, preview this one for us real quick before the game's opening kickoff. What are we looking at? Obviously, I think Hoggard probably the favorites, but, boy, this is not probably your typical Hoggard-South game where, you know, South be 5-6 touchdown underdogs. This is a capable South Brunswick squad.
Very capable indeed, and if Hoggard comes into tonight's game and figure they just kind of show up on the field, they're going to win by 30, they better think again. South's got a nice team, and they've got a pair of shutouts. They've only give up 21 points a game, but you got to remember that most of those points came in three different losses this year, or 3 different games. Their problem has been moving the football, and they're going to have a tough go against Hoggard this evening. The Cougs only average 12 points a game. They're led by senior quarterback Roman Dilgard, who's passed for 207 yards and rushed for 77 and 3 touchdowns. Danny Parker, one of the best two-way players in Brunswick County, as you see.
Here come the Cougs.
The Cougs onto the field. Parker, 524 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, caught 8 passes, and defensively he's made 17 tackles. He gets a lot of help offensively and defensively from senior Bender Sanderson, 247 yards on the ground. And when they go up top, the principal receiver this season is Miguel Miller, the senior, with 14 catches for 70 yards. But South kind of makes their way with good defense, Sam, and to do that you got to have linebackers, and they got a pair of good ones in Jacob Caluso and Shelton Bocook, combined for 78 tackles.
A tough middle of the defense right there in Caluso and Bocook.
And Bocook can move, too. He's got an interception. And then another great player, and he does many things on the field for South, Noah Harrell, a junior, 24 tackles at a safety, handles punting, 32.5 yards, and he is their place kicker, 7 for 8. A point after, and 2 for 2 from the field goal, and he won a game with a field goal this year.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Jay. He made a 32-yarder, I believe, to beat Laney. That game was 3-0. Harold's field goal, the only points of the contest.
And we just got done seeing Laney on, what was it, last week, I guess?
It was,
and that looked like a pretty darn good Laney team, so North beat them. And again, they got riding on a little bit of momentum here this evening, but they're going to need everything to work right if they want to get out of here with a win against Hoggard. Craig Underwood's team is loaded.
We had Hoggard a week and a half ago against North Brunswick. Hoggard, of course, winners of that game. We'll get into Hoggard as the game progresses, but I know you really like Craig Underwood's squad.
Well, they're good. They're good every year, and you kind of reload at Hoggard, and this year's Hoggard team really like the diversity of them. Passing the ball is Gabe Johnson, the senior, with 750 yards and 5 touchdown passes, and very accurate, completed 69% of his throws. Principal receivers, number 7, Chad Holler, with 26 catches. But they got a rush team by committee.
Boy, do they ever.
Sam Williams, Henry Heitman, Paul Rowland, Issa Baggett. They're over 1,000 yards combined, and 5, 8, 11, 18 touchdowns on the ground for Hoggard this year. They can flat-out rush.
And Henry Heitman also, we've seen him get some carries.
He's a good ball player.
South Brunswick 1st and 10 at its own 20. We are underway here from Jack Campbell Stadium. Dilgard rolls out. He's going to tuck it and run. Pretty tough run. to the 23-yard line.
Carry. Eason on the stop.
Josiah
23, second and
Eason,
7 for the Cougars.
senior
Number 23.
defensive lineman for the Vikes, in on that tackle. Not before a couple-yard pickup by Roman Dilgard.
Dilgard's a big kid, Jay.
Yes.
He's not really known as a runner, but he can pick up some tough yards.
6'1", $195. He's a man.
Danny Parker handoff. He falls across the 25-yard line to the 26. Another gain of 3 yards will set up a 3rd and 4. Tackle was by 19. Michael Yingling
on the tackle.
defensive end.
So South is kind of on schedule here, 3rd and 4. They would prefer to run this football when you can hand off to kids like Parker. Why not?
Dilgard in the shotgun. Man in motion. Handoff around the left side. Tackle by number 14. That was Bryce Eichelberger. Jay, I believe on the carry, that was 42, Bocook.
Yeah, it was Shelton, and who's a big guy, but just kind of slow in developing. And Eichelberger comes up strong from his defensive position and makes the tackle. So a punting situation for South, 3 and out, and that would be time for Noah Harrell.
So South Brunswick, Jay Jackson Kings blocked a bunch of these this year. He actually did not come after that one. A pretty good kick drives the Hoggard return man. I believe that's Holler. Number 7, Chad Holler, signals for the fair catch. Hauls it in at the 42-yard line. Jay, a punt of 31 yards. And we'll get our first look at the Hoggard offense and recently crowned homecoming king, Gabe Johnson.
No, now there's
True
a
story.
There is a Sam early first quarter tidbit tonight.
Man,
so
I couldn't wait to use that.
Gabe Johnson's the king.
He's the king,
I'll
and
tell
I've
you
been
what.
sitting on that since the opening kickoff.
Did you find out who the queen is?
I did.
Okay.
She's on the softball team.
All right,
and
that's a good
I'll
couple.
get to that later.
That's
I
an
can't
athletic
remember her
couple.
name.
Here's an athletic runner.
Sam Williams up the middle, and then some, still on his feet. Finally brought down inside the 25 at the 20-yard line, a gain of 38 yards on 1st and 10, and boy, the Vikings wasted no time moving it deep into South territory.
Yeah, Williams is a really good back, 394 yards rushing, 8 yards per carry, 5 scores on the season for the junior running back.
Johnson swing pass over to Williams. Beats some South defenders over toward the sideline. The pass is going to be good for 6 yards. Gabe Johnson to Sam Williams. It'll set up a 2nd and 4 from the South 14.
Yeah, Noah Harrell in on the stop that time, but the Vikings are making it look pretty darn easy the first 2 plays here this evening.
2nd and 4 from the 14. Baggett in motion. Williams flanking Johnson in the backfield. Shotgun snap, handoff, no play. It's going to be a false start penalty against the Vikings. And a little break there if you're South Brunswick and defensive coordinator Chris Sotrifer. It'll be a 2nd and 9 from the 19.
Yeah, those darn penalties, even really good football teams like Hoggard, they can hurt you. So let's see if the Cougars can take advantage of the mistake.
2nd and 9 from the 19. Trips receivers to the top of the screen. Johnson gets the snap, rolls out to his right, under duress. Jay's got a man over there if he gets it to him. Williams had it, but a great tackle by the linebacker, Jacob Galuzzo. Jay, we love this kid. Sure tackle by a sure tackler in Galuzzo.
Yeah, Galuzzo's a good one, Sam. He's a 6 foot, 200-pound senior. 42 tackles leading the Cougars coming into tonight's game. 4 of them were for a loss, and he's got a sack on the season too. So Galuzzo, a tough guy in the linebacker position.
3rd and 6 from the 16. Throwback screen, complete to Baggett. South is there if they can make a tackle, and they do bring Baggett down. Jay, he's about a yard shy of the line to gain. Hoggard needs the 10-yard line, but that was a completion of 5 yards, so it's going to be 4th and 1 from the 11.
Good play that time by Mason Hallett from his defensive back position, and one of the unsung guys in the middle, A.J. McNeil. a senior who does a splendid job for South's defense.
4th and 1, handoff up the middle. Baggett's got it. Tackled by number 10, Noah Harrell. But Jay Harrell plays safety, and if the safety's bringing him down on 4th and 1, it's probably a conversion, and it was. A 6-yard run sets up 1st and goal at the South 5.
And that was Issa Baggett, and he gets the tough yards for the Vikes, Sam. 118 of them coming into the game tonight, but 7 touchdowns.
Oh, the naked boot. Johnson around the edge, reaches across the goal line for a Hoggard Viking touchdown. 7:33 left in the opening frame, and the first place Hoggard Vikings have taken a 6-0 lead here at Jack Campbell Stadium.
Well, when you run the ball so